Oh my God, the Jazz are up
they
by 9.
lost.
Yeah, they lost. Detroit lost. Detroit lost. Detroit lost.
Yeah. From this
Detroit
point
fucking lost.
forth, look, hey, big sore, never the little one, Cade. I fuck with
Okay,
you as
got the
well.
over. Let's go.
From this point forth,
Yeah, he did.
Dama will always go first in predictions before me. Why? If he says this is the year of the Pistons, I'm immediately going to say they'll be 15. From this point forth, bro, I have to. I have to even this out. This is crazy, man. These, bro, how? I'm not gonna lie. I'm confused. I feel like I don't know ball. If there's one moment where y'all could say Sage don't, I'm confused how this roster just is the coach that bad? Am I overrating somebody? How are they the
Bro,
worst team?
there's this
How?
one dude on TikTok that like legitimately analyzes the X's and O's
I
and
don't
does
get
like
it.
the animations on. He's saying this Monty. Like Monty is.
It gotta be the
Bro,
coach because
Monty is a
I don't
terror. I
get
mean,
it.
listen, you know what? I'm not gonna go on that kind of tip because there's a lot of things wrong with this team.
Pause.
But I will say, Monty Williams
Boys,
is not the
pause.
coach for this team. Monty Williams is not the coach for this team. He's not, and that's not even him being bad. He just everyone can't be a developmental coach. Everybody can't coach young
That's
guys.
very
They need
true.
to develop talent and need to go like coach. Like maybe Monty is just a competitive coach. Maybe he's a coach that needs a put together roster with vets and he's scheming to try to win or contend or be in the playoffs. But this roster just ain't for him. He's not the coach for this team.
Yeah, I think as you said, this team is far from good. Me and you disagree on it all the time. I think the rim protection on the team sus. The shooting on the team's even worse in my opinion. But my God, at the end of the day, it got to be him because I look at this team and despite what I've said, that this just does not make sense. How this team is the worst. I was expecting the Spurs to, unless Vic is him the third when he kind of is, but I expect the Spurs to be down there. I expect the Blazers to be down there, regardless of what Scoot did. The Pistons being the worst, never saw that coming. I'm stuck. I'm stuck.
I don't know if I necessarily disagree because again, I'm always going to shoot bail to the coaches. I don't know how you. I mean, what makes you say that? I've seen some footage and it looks like young players trying to figure it out,
Mm-hmm.
and none of them are on the same page. So we could say, hey, that's the coach getting them prepared. But like, man, sometimes these niggas just don't like passing the fucking ball.
Oh yeah, on the fast breaks,
I
they're
will
kind
say,
of horrid to me. They're
I
horrible.
will say, the reason I'm saying why I feel like he's not the coach for this team and this isn't for him is the report that came out, and this was in the preseason, exiting the preseason. There was a conversation about what is he doing with Jaden Ivey because he hasn't been running with the starters. Back in the preseason, you can look this up. This was a thing. I said something about this on Players' Choice, and niggas was like, oh, they're going to figure it out. Pistons niggas told me I was tripping. They asked him verbatim during the interview, what are you doing with Jaden Ivey? I haven't really assigned anything yet. I haven't really told nobody anything for real. Comes to find out, he just never talked to Jaden Ivey, the former starter, every game in his rookie year, their high lottery pick. Never had a conversation with him about his role. Never told him what he was going to do, and just brought this nigga off the bench and confused the fuck out of everybody. Like, didn't talk to him, didn't say nothing about it. Just said, "Yeah, bet, Killian, you're starting." And the first half of the season, the first however many games this season was starting Killian Hayes, and that was not the plan. At least the MO niggas thought was going forward, and he never expressed that. That is when I said, yeah, this nigga's decision making and just being in this situation, I'm starting to doubt that, and seeing how it plays out on the court with what they're trying to do offensively, which is nothing, is looking like the Rockets last year. Just Jalen Green out there just playing basketball in the NBA because there is no system. There is no flow. Jalen Duren's getting hurt. Other vets were hurt at the start. Now they're trying to implement them back in, and other guys are getting hurt. Yeah, it's a mixture of things. I'm not saying it's all Monty.
I'm about to say niggas getting hurt is Monty fault?
No, I'm saying it's a mixture of things for why this team just sucks. I'm not saying it's all Monty, but I will say Monty's not helping.
So even what you just said, how do we know that that's straight from Monty? How do we know that that's not from Monty? How do we know that that's I mean from Monty, like, oh, Jaden, we're not gonna have a conversation with you. Is this, that, and the third? How do you know somebody didn't say, okay, last year, of course, Cade was hurt. Jaden, you're gonna start a bunch more games because honestly, we just don't have anything. But we want to figure out what we got with Killian Hayes before we ship him the fuck out of here because I think he's getting DMPs now as of late. If I'm not
But he
mistaken.
was starting with Cade when Cade was healthy. They were starting together.
Oh, I understand that. We could try. Hey, we got a new draft pick. We can see. I'm just saying, how do you know that it's him saying, hey, let's do this, and not the organization say, let's do something
Well,
else?
outside of him saying that nothing was said in that interview, like him coming out of his mouth saying
They
there wasn't
wouldn't
a
say that.
conversation.
Yeah, I wasn't saying.
Well, no, I'm saying outside of Monty himself saying that there wasn't anything said up until that point, all it was sources in the Pistons camp type shit saying this. But you seen Jaden wasn't starting at that time and was looking real out of it on the bench. Now he's playing more and things shifted. But at that time, it kind of checked out. It could be speculations, that's fine. But I do know at a point in time that nigga wasn't talking to him about his role on the team and shit was confusing. He doesn't start going into the season.
Check topics for the dude I was talking about if you want to pull him up.
They have while he does that, they have 2 games against the Pistons. 2 games against the Nets, and they have a game against the Celtics before this team has went 2 months without a win.
Now I was gonna say that. Now they have terrible defense because even what they put up tonight, they should have something should have happened. But they do have terrible defense. But I think there's a lot of confusion too, if I'm not mistaken, from how they play. But let's play this TikTok of the Boston Celtics, the Detroit Pistons. This guy analyzing them. Relax, results. Jesus Christ.
Do not need to switch this fake dribble handoff right here. All Jaden Ivey has to do is take a half step back and let Bojan Bogdanovic through, and then Jaden.
It's an 8-minute video, by the way. We don't have to watch all that.
Then you got Bogdanovic is planning on getting under on the handoff. Jaden Ivey's planning on switching. Open 3. Poorly coached.
What?
Yeah.
I hate basketball Discord.
I ain't gonna lie.
I hate basketball Discord.
Marcus Sasser is going to do not
And
need
this
to
is
switch this.
look at the 3 that Trae Young even takes right here.
I'm about to
Fake
say
dribble handoff right here. All Jaden Ivey has to do is take a half step back and let Bojan Bogdanovic through, and then Jaden Ivey's immediately back up and guarding. But then you got Bogdanovic is planning on getting under on the handoff. Jaden Ivey's planning on switching. Open 3. Poorly coached.
Poorly coached is crazy.
Open 3 is crazy.
Open 3 is crazy.
Attach to Sadiq Bey setting the screen and just be ready to guard. Look at Marcus Sasser coming out to gamble. So now Garrison Matthews gets this, and it's just catch and shoot for 3. This is Monty Williams being garbage. $78 million of trash.
He's a Pistons fan. He has to be.
Here.
Yeah, I think
he covers all of them.
You push Trae Young out to half court. There's a backside. Jaden Ivey standing and waiting in backside help. But instead, you run drop coverage. So now Trae Young gets to keep his dribble alive for forever. And there's no backside help.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
Monty Williams out of here. You're going to double
right,
here. It's got to come from outside the paint. So Azar Thompson's immediately rotating down, and Jaden Ivey's got to get up now before Sadiq Bey's in the paint. Marcus Sasser's got to let that double team get there. But, you're just wait. Look at how long Jaden Ivey's going to wait. Wait. And he's in the charge circle. So complete waste of time. And 1.
That's Monty's. Like,
I'm not gonna lie.
3-1.
3-1. Yeah, 3-1. I don't want to make this the I agree with O show because damn it, so far we about to be 3-3 twin, except for the GOAT debate mini take. That's 3-1. That's not coaching, dog. Those are players,
man.
Those are players just zibing. Now, obviously, yes, Monty could do better. Of course, you have literally. Let me pull it back up. I think despite being the 6th pace of play, you have the 25th. Best offense in the 28th defense. Oh, my bad. My ball. 26th defense and 28th offense. The worst net rating in the league, obviously. But yeah, it's definitely a player thing because y'all are playing fast. That means the players are out there hooping and just zibing. It's literally the Rockets from last year. You're just zibing, bro. Niggas are running. I hate the Pistons on the fast break. I cannot stand that team on the fast break. I think some of these players might be a little wee bit selfish trying to get their buckets and missing wide open passes. There was a clip that was trending the other day about a Sir raging at a fucking fast break.
The chat calling that nigga Walk Bayless and Jog Bayless. Yo,
our Walk Bayless. Oh my god,
calling him Walk Bayless is fucking hilarious.
But yeah, as Noiv Ikram, I'm fucking your name up. But as someone in chat just said, yeah, coverage is fine. If we're gonna talk about the drop coverage play, that's why I get that to him. But if we're talking about Jaden Ivey, I'm sorry. I don't think any coach told your defender to just.
Plus, hindsight to me is always 2020 in these. 2020 in these conversations. Literally though, all right, cool. Drop coverage could have been. That's an isolated play. Throwing drop coverage at Trae might have worked 3 possessions before. Is one play right here. Drop coverage didn't work. So then they may have switched it up or whatever the case may be. The way that people analyze certain things would be literally me. I go look for one Tyrese Halliburton turnover and say, look at this fucking bozo. He's a bum turning the ball over. Look at this. He's a bad decision maker, bad playmaker, bad table setter, bad hairdresser. Like that shit would be stupid. Like that is
To be
stupid.
fair,
Oh.
it was a 8-minute video, and we only watched a minute.
That's true.
And he does multiple videos. This was not just a one game. Like look on his page, and he does them a lot. So
I don't doubt it. And this is where the gatekeeping conversation comes in. When you want to place blame, I think you have to know the philosophy, be in the locker room, know what's being said, know what the players be thinking, or whatever the case may be. Because okay, it looks like Monty Williams saying do a drop coverage or whatever the case may be. What if that nigga the whole time told him, "Yo, press up, blitz the
press
ball."
up, and he didn't. Yeah,
blitz the ball. He just didn't blitz. And so then you're wondering, now we're having a conversation about, why is Beef Stew not getting minutes? Why is James Jameson getting minutes? Well, nigga, do I want to get blamed for this, for him obviously ignoring to blitz the ball? Or do I want to get blamed for James Jameson coming in the game? I can't win for fucking losing. And it's the name of the gig. You know, I understand.
Yeah. The conversation around coaching is very weird because, again, like chat, even if you put yourself in a coach's position, you're telling your players to do one thing. Okay, you did your job. At a certain point in time, the other half of the partnership also has to do their job. So to the coach blame and even praise, so it works both ways. It's just weird to me, you know, because of that dynamic right there.
I think when coaches' names are thrown around in terms of getting fired, and I'm not even necessarily, I agree. Monty, you probably got to go for the sake of 2 months. Hey, look, you got hoed, buddy, but you might got to go. 2 months is crazy, but I think when it comes to when it's time to let go of a coach, it's when you lose the locker room, you lose a lot, or hey, bro, no cap, these niggas is just having fun. When we get to the point where we are running around, ISOing, getting back, and then like that one day in playback, I was so serious. I still haven't seen a Blazers game since. When I literally was like, these niggas are shooting the ball in 8 seconds or left every possession. All right, bro, no cap. Whoever that is, get them gone, bro, because we're trolling and we're not trying unless it is in the GM's front office, whatever the fuck it is. Hey, we're tanking this year. Unless that's going on, no, bro, we're trolling. If you're misutilizing assets, that's what I meant to say. I lost track of thought. Like a little pocket man in LA, then sure, but at some point, nah.
And also, like, these are your, as a fan who's not in these locker rooms, expectations and perceptions as to how they should be. Reality is, Monty Williams, the coaching staff, the rest of these players spent months and months and months with these players behind closed doors that we did not see. In reality, Jaden Ivey could just be ass. For real. Like, he could be out there not playing defense. He could be insufferable in the locker rooms. He could be, I don't know, a ball hog when he gets on the court with Cade throughout the summer. So then they said to themselves, you know what? We can't start this guy. We can't start that guy. We got to do something a little bit different.
So have you ever been for a coach to be fired? And if so, like, what did it take for you to see from the outside looking in to be like, all right, bro, this guy got to go?
I get the concept of losing locker rooms. I think that's like probably the biggest example. I know there's probably like 30 different things for that. Like, why would a coach need to get fired? Losing the locker room is like one of the things that I could see, one of the things that I could like feel, from like the players on the court. So like when Doc Rivers lost the Clippers, like you could see that niggas was actively arguing on the court together. And then like even when I think JJ Redick was still doing his podcast at the time, he was just like, yeah, I mean, it's not a good vibe. Like he was like beating around the bush about how things were going. And then immediately after it, he was like, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, it was hella smoke. CP would come on, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, it was fucking hella smoke in that locker room. So then it's like, okay, I understand. Hey, he lost the locker room. This is the reason why he needs to be fired. The other one would be, I watched X amount of games of Lloyd Pierce and Nate McMillan. So I can see up, down, left, right, at your max potential, at your non-preparation. Then it's like there's that. And then also, I mean, hell, they lost the locker room too. So Lloyd Pierce lost the Lloyd Pierce lost the locker room when Kevin Huerter and John Collins were like, yo, we need the fucking ball. Yeah, no player should come out and be saying that. So those are reasons to me where it's like, that's blatant.
Yeah. That's right.
We have to be a bit more analytical. I would say if there was a certain schematic that is being flagrantly executed well and it doesn't work, then yeah, obviously. But granted, how will we prove that? But like, if you take like how those Suns teams were when they were winning games, if the Suns were losing games, running them pick and rolls, Nah, it's time. Like if we were forcing Devin Booker and Chris Paul to brick mid ranges, for example, nah. Go ahead, lose your job, buddy. You're trolling.
Or clear player management from a skills perspective.
Ham.
So like if I'm like I don't know, we got Trae Young posting up and then Sadiq Bey.
The DFS post up was 2 years ago.
Yeah, like that shit. Like
the DFS post up was 2 years ago.
Like, oh, okay, this is fucking crazy with the Dorian Finney-Smith shit. But especially if they repeatedly ran it and had Luka just in the opposite corner, all right, Jason Kidd, you might got to get fired, buddy.
Yeah.
This shit is nasty.